Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Leslie, and today we are going to play with an A1 Bambu Labs printer. It is a 3D printer, so we're going to have a little bit of fun. That is why your view is a little different today. Now, the camera may shake a little as it does its startup process, but I really wanted to share this with you. So here we go. I am using my phone and the Bambu Labs, oops, let's see if we can, app. I've picked my print and I'm going to send it to my printer. You'll see it appear here on the screen in just a moment. In order to do this, I have to choose my printer in the app and I have to let it know that I'm only using one color, which I have done, and the type of filaments. So let's do that. There we go. And I only want one copy. So now we can hit start print and you'll see some things start to happen. This printer does have a camera inserted here that will go ahead and do time lapse, but I am learning how to get the time lapse from my phone to you guys. So until that happens, we're going to go with a little bit of a awkward setup. Now, as you can see, the machine is getting itself ready to start our print. On my phone, you can see all the information. I could turn on the time lapse. I can go upstairs. Whoops, trying to keep my hand there but not interfere. See, that's where the time lapse appears. And then it has all the information. Oh, come on, move the plate. Here, let's try this. Then it has all the information for my print, which is awesome because I can go upstairs and do other things. And it will let me know if something goes a little wrong. So now what it is doing is preheating, and it is trying to extrude filament. I'll just turn that light on so I can see a bit better. Oh yes, here it comes. It may tell me to give that a push, so I'm just going to go around. And I know you can't see it, but at the top here, there is a bar. And hanging on the bar is the roll of filament. And it feeds automatically to the hot 3D head right there. Now, some of you are going to ask, oops, sorry guys, is it a hard printer to use? Yes and no. Yes, I set it up and I was printing pretty well out of the box. The printer came and I had to kind of remove some screws, add some screws, do a couple of things, but nothing whatsoever that was hard. There's so many free patterns out there that you can test with your printer till you get comfortable. It is definitely not what I would call, I'm trying to think of the word because it is beginner friendly, but it is definitely going to make you learn more about the 3D printing world. That is for sure. Like if you want to expand something that you are making to make it bigger than the original designer did, are you going to have to change the axis or the fill lines, or there's so many words, so many keywords involved, and I'm still learning it all. So bear with me. But I really wanted to share with you how it all works. Now it's going to get a little noisy and you're going to shake a bit because it is going to level the bed and do a noise vibration test, I believe it's called, to reduce the noise that the printer is making while it prints. What have I chosen to print? I have picked 4 Disney bookmarks that I'm not selling because they're Disney. But I found them on Maker World, and I am printing them to use inside of my journals and my planners to mark the page so it's easier to open. So now we'll just wait a couple of moments and it will start. There is, mind you, quite a bit of what they refer to as poop that results from designs. And what you can do now that I'm doing bigger designs and there's more poop is I will take it when I get enough. I will melt it all down inside of a silicone mold and then let it sit and like harden, and you can end up with some pretty awesome uh, cup coasters, wall designs, things like that. If you're going to do that, however, you do not want to do it in your normal stove. No filament is food safe. So you want to use like an old toaster oven like you would use for your sublimation if that's what you do. And you do not want to have this in your mouth. So don't make something that an infant might put in their mouth, for instance, because it is not meant for that. Okay? Um, we're just going to give it a moment here. I'll let it get started. I'll let you see a little bit of what it does. And then I will come back towards the end. This print will produce 4 bookmarks at once. And that will allow me, of course, to... Okay, let me rephrase that. It allows me to do more than one at a time. So it's not 40 minutes for one, 40 minutes for the next one, 40 minutes for the next one. It's 40 minutes for all 4 across the board. All right, guys, I'm going to let you listen to the sound here for a moment and just let you know how loud it is. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. We're coming across. I'll let you hear. That is it, guys. That is why I say, oops, sorry, guys. I'm going to put you back there. That is why I say that you could easily run this in, say, a room next to the room where you watch TV, and you could be, designing while you watch TV while your printer's printing, and it's not going to interfere. If you're more seasoned or experienced at this and more confident in your machine, I guess. I don't know if confidence the right word, but you could leave it run overnight and in the room next to you, and unless the alarm on your phone goes off, if you have a very long print, you wouldn't hear it printing. Like once you're asleep, you wouldn't hear that. So those are some advantages of the A1. The other advantage, of course, is the larger size of the bed. Another advantage, which I have to purchase separately, is the AMS light, it's called, and it will hold 4 colors on spools. So you could do a print of multicolor without having to run down up and downstairs or run to the other room or worry about changing out the colors. So I will be purchasing that very soon. Now I'm going to let this go for just a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back towards the end of the print so you can see what happens when it's all done and completed. Okay, guys, I turned the screen or the camera, sorry, a little bit so that you could see what I see on the screen. I can't tip it any further, but it tells you the temperature of your heat nozzle, the temperature of your bed, because this heats up to make it easy to remove your project. There is a pause button, and it tells you the percentage complete, and it also tells you if the fan is running. So it is awesome. The other thing that I really like is that it gives us how long is left, and according to this, there is 30 minutes left. So I will pop back in about halfway through and let you see, but I don't think you want to sit here for 30 minutes watching it go back and forth. I'll be right back in a bit. Okay, guys, we have 10 minutes left, and I thought I would shift the camera up a bit and give you more of a bird's eye view of exactly what I see. And yes, there is a little bonus bookmark in there that I think is awesome. It was kind of a cute surprise because I didn't know it was there. They don't show it in their pictures or in their descriptions. Now, it is a plain bookmark. It won't have Disney on it, but it does help with the waste because instead of purging the poop into the poop bucket each time, it is sending it into the plain bookmark, so it's still being used, which is brilliant. And who couldn't always use another bookmark? So there we go. There's the kind of up above. This is what you see. It just builds layer by layer. Okay, guys, it looks like I misspoke. And what I thought was a blank bookmark for the waste is desperately trying to print Donald duck, I believe. But it's had an issue with the design. But that's okay. I don't mind. All the others look great. And we're down to 98% and less than 1 minute. So the reason I came back now is so that you can see what happens at the end. There will be kind of a alarm sound to notify you that it's done. So you might want to prepare for that. It's a little sharp. But I am grateful for it if I'm in the other room and don't have my phone with me. And there we go. It is cleaning out the head. Sorry, guys. There we go. Come on. I think it's cleaned itself out enough. And there we go. They're all done. And I can choose to reprint or just hit OK. So they took, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to turn that off. They took 43 minutes and used approximately 14 grams of the yellow filament. So I'm just going to hit OK because I do not wish to reprint. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go to filament and I'm going to unload my filament. And that just involves letting the system do its thing. The top, it gives a little list each time. It's heating the nozzle up to help extrude any that might be left. This just takes like 30 seconds maybe. And there we go. It's now cutting off the excess that it extruded, or it's leaving it hang. And it's telling me to cut the filament. So excuse me while I just use my finger to do that. And now I can pull the filament back out. And that is it. We are done with that print. Everything will start to cool down now. So this is the roll that I used. It is just a PLA. And I'm going to pause you and bring you back over to the other table where it's easier for me to show you what we've done. Okay, guys, so first of all, I want to give credit to Real ID because they were the ones who created these 3D bookmarks. There is a couple of things though. Number one, let's get them off. And yes, that popping is normal. You just very gently can bend your plate a little. I'll show you my plate here in a second. Because you'll see a white spot. I put glue on the plate and that helps it to come off easier. So actually, I'm going to bring the plate back to allow you to see the bookmarks better. You'll see what I'm saying, I hope. I'm going to view you in. So let's see if we can get you a little closer without too much hassle. They are the perfect size for what I want them for, but if you look on this one, it's very thin and it didn't join, didn't hold. So I imagine that that one will break off, unfortunately. Minnie, however, is very sturdy. Very well done. Daisy is adorable. Mickey, very well done. He's my favorite, I think. And then we have poor Donald. And Donald seems to have suffered a little. For some reason, his hat did not come out correctly. Let me show you. It's just very thin and it didn't fill in. That is why, like the rest, their faces have a thicker line, a thicker 3D to them. And while you can see Donald's face, it didn't start printing till like the last minute or two. That is why I thought it was what they call a dump print, to use up the waste. But I think that there was just a mistake in the creation of this one. And I may just end up breaking this part off and still just using it with Donald's face, which would be fine. He just wouldn't be wearing his hat. So guys, that's it. Very simple. I love being able to create these things and the ease with which you can do it. I am learning lots and lots of cool stuff about how all of this works. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I am, of course, still using my laser and my Cricut. In fact, we have a video coming up that will be for the Cricut, and it will be for scrapbooking. So there you go, guys. I know that this video was a very basic one, but at this time, I'm at a very basic point in the learning of this one. So together we shall travel down that road. All right, I am going to say have a great day. I hope you get to do something you enjoy, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.